Good morning, Nigeria, and I make you welcome. This is Enterprise Television, and I am Henry Igwebike. Let's kickstart today with our newspapers, and right after that will be our main conversation also for today. Do well to be part of what we do, have a say in what we say. You can find us, reach us when you visit us at enterprisetvnews.com. You may equally like, comment, and follow us on all our social media platforms at Enterprise TV7. I am very so honored to have with me, joining me via Zoom from Lagos State, Nigeria, Barrister Tunji Alausa, a barrister, law public affairs analyst, to see through all that we have from our newspapers, and possibly we move on to our main conversation for today. Good morning, Barrister Tunji.
Good morning. Thank you for having me, Henry.
Thank you so very much for your time, sir. I'd love us to start with the first daily on our desk, and this is coming from the Guardian newspaper for today. And we have the big story. Nigeria Guild of Editors insist on free press as Tinubu urges fairness, pledges recovery. We have other green matters here. Kano prays appeal court to stop terrorism charge ruling. We have equally other matters. Federal government outlaws mother tongue policy. Reinstate English as language of instruction. Barrister, I love us to take on that particular matter. I read through it yesterday, and I was so amazed. Like, when did we I guess we have a lost communication there. Barrister, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, beautiful. Yeah, so Barrister, I was. Did you get my question?
No, I did not get. I did not hear you. Your
question.
Okay,
so my question is: there's the story on the Guardian newspaper that says the federal government outlaws mother tongue policy, reinstates English as language of instruction. Dr. Tunji Alausa, the Minister of Education, said that regions that adopted mother tongue as a means of communication, that most of the children from such region did not do well in the WAEC, NECO, JAMB, and other subjects. So what's your take on the mother tongue abolition in Nigeria?
Before I even go into that, I think, let me say, it's unfortunate that, and it's appalling that people who have an authority don't do proper research and proper investigation before coming out with the policy. This policy was brought out in, I think, 2022 or 2020. I can't remember, 2022 or so. That we should go back to that modern tongue should be used. And at that time, we raised so many questions as to whether or not how would that be possible in a country where we have so many languages, where we have different people with different languages, but we want to copy what they do otherwise. No, they do it in China. They do it in this and that. People came up with that. Today, what is the minister saying? The minister is saying in the country where that has happened, they don't do well. It does that mean before that policy was introduced, there was no research as to the outcome of such policy in those areas? Does that mean there was no proper understanding of the policy or the effects or how it will bring out results before we just do policy for policy's sake? We just follow the trend, and people will just clap for it. In a country where we have so many number of even in Lagos alone, if you say they should be using mother tongue in Lagos, which language are you going to be using? Yoruba? Is it Yoruba? Is it Awori Yoruba, or is it normal Yoruba? Or even if you do Yoruba now, you start teaching them Yoruba from the start, and then the subjects are being done in Yoruba. The exam will also be written in Yoruba. And when they are doing WAEC, which is not only in Africa, only in Nigeria, we then now set that question in our language. When you don't start have proper foundation of the language you will use in writing your exam, there will be deficiency.
All right. Barrister, I think I would love us to, because possibly we will do a deeper discussion on that on our main conversation, because that's what we have for our main conversation, so that I will save you the opportunity of really, speaking to this issue extensively. But yes, but I would love us to take on another matter. The Nigerian Guild of Editors, of course, conference is still ongoing, and on that particular conference, Tinubu insisted that lots of Nigerians now are becoming publishers online without formal training, and because of that, there is a high rate of misinformation going on in Nigeria. What's your take on this, knowing that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu equally extensively used social media as a means of dishing out information? Some of them were equally false at the time when he was dishing it out against Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. So why is Bola Ahmed Tinubu saying that suddenly that social media is no longer what Nigerians should be looking up to, but looking at traditional media for their source of information?
Yeah, I think I want to agree with that advice. He's not saying social media should no longer be in existence. He's not saying that we should not use social media. But he's trying to say, look, for you as media, when you are getting information, we want to bring out reports. Don't rely on social media alone. Do further investigation before you release your whatever. Don't do sensationalization headline whereby the heading will be different from the middle, from the content. So I think what he's saying in essence is that, look, we need to be careful. I'm also concerned, even though I'm not asking that it be banned. Because these days you don't even know which video is a genuine or which is AI.
Especially with AI.
So you don't know which information or which news can be said to be genuine, because they all now look like a original. So he's saying that you must verify your information, do a proper findings. That's what normal media should do, not just go by the social media news and then publish it and start carrying that along. That would be dangerous, which I agree, because if you can no longer rely on the media, the proper media that will call, because on social media now, everybody who can type, particularly those who can do content, some of them now see themselves as a media person. So because of content creation. So going by the information on media, which some people will do as content, which is not even correct. Some major media, TV, radio, or whatever, will go by that news as well. So that's what he's saying, that look, don't just follow the trend. Do proper job, do proper findings, be different, which I align with him. I'm not saying from them the fact that social media should be eradicated. I'm not hearing him say that. He's just warning them of the danger of relying on social media news, which I also agree.
Yes, but Barrister, he is a culprit himself. Remember, prior to the February 25th, 2023 general elections, remember the hiring of fake bishops by the APC to represent the Christian Association of Nigeria in Abuja. It was all over the news, and we all knew that action was really misinformation. How would you hire fake bishops to represent a particular sect because you want them to promote you? So why is he now going against what he profited from?
That's a different case from the media or press media or free press media. They're not the same thing. That's not the same. They're not the same thing. They did not come out with a newspaper report or did not publish anything in that regard. He only brought them at that center, and that's subject to debate. He can even tell you that those people are not fake up to now, because you see them physically. They were there. So they are not. They may be, I'm not trying to justify the fact that it's correct or they are not fake or they may be fake. I'm saying that the issue on ground regarding free press is not the same thing as that one. They are two different things. If you talk about the information that has brought out, which are not correct, and he published them, making us to believe that they are correct, that is the area we are looking at, not the area of somebody impersonating another person. That's an impersonation. That's not what we are talking about here. So I don't want to mix those two together. They are not the same thing. I am not saying the president and his colleagues have not used social media to their own advantage. They've also used it to their advantage. But the fact that he has used it to his advantage and calling on all people now to be careful and be wary of it does not mean we should condemn it and say no. He has no moral ground to say so. Somebody who has been a criminal before and he's now trying to correct himself by trying to educate people and say, look, this is not good. You should not say because of that, we will not listen to him. I think the president has not said anything that is bad as far as I'm concerned. He's saying what would help us. If he's now saying press, don't if they are pushing them now for not for doing their report, or is asking that social media be banned, or on that area, I would disagree with him. But he's just saying, look, you have to be up to task on your job. You have to be above board. You have to work beyond the content creators or those who are just emergency journalists on social media. You don't work like that. That's interpretation of my own. That's my interpretation of what the president is saying. And in that regard, I'm not worried about that advice. It's good for us. It's not if it's asking that they be banned or social media be taken away, then I will have issue with it.
All right. Of course, we are in the era of brown envelopes, and when you talk about journalism, that's the one popular phrase that comes up: brown envelope. And we all see it, even as a journalist and those in the media. Sometimes you see the headlines or the newspaper headlines and front pages. It's filled up with unnecessary information because of it was paid for. And rather than them give us the most important information. I do not know if that equally sinks into the same parameter of fake information when it is paid for. But Barrister, I'd love us to speak to the issue of... Yes.
If it's paid for and it's not fake, you cannot say because somebody you want to hear it and then the people are paper that is occupied with a advert or paid adverts. Are they not going to pay for maintain their businesses?
But what if the information is sectional, Barrister? What if the information is sectional? It's not balanced.
You can only complain if the information in that advert is fake. If it's not fake, the fact that they are doing it it's not an offense. It's only when it is fake or when it's not genuine. So if it's not genuine, that means the paper have not done their own. But anyway, they've not done their own investigation properly. So it's not only when you give your advertisement, you must also look at it and see whether or not it's a genuine thing before you engage yourself in publishing it.
All right, Barrister, let's take a look at another story. My critics now praise me, says Obasanjo. Yesterday in one of the dailies, he said that during his time in office from 1999 to 2007, that the United States would never do anything in Africa without consulting him, Obasanjo. But today, it's no longer what it is. They do not respect us. So is there something about Obasanjo that differentiates him from other leaders since the Fourth Republic? Barrister?
There are two different. Obasanjo, when he was in power, showed character, showed charisma, showed what's it called? The ability to engage, and he fear no foe. So he doesn't fear anybody. Unlike what he doesn't do, Charlie. How do I put it? He do. But what we see today, some of our leaders see themselves as a subordinate to some of these foreign leaders, and they go there and they start doing like boy to them. So, but Obasanjo in his time stood his ground and showed like, look, I'm a president of a country. You are a president of your country, and he was not doing that kind of follow and whatever. He speak his mind out to them, and he was respected in that regard. So, if a leader is there and is not speaking out his mind directly or is not saying it clearly to people, people don't know where he stands. He's always doing like this. Then in that regard, they won't have that respect. And if you don't, and take it or leave it, if you look at the results or economic results at that time and performance of Obasanjo in government compared to the previous ones, the one after him, you will realize that to date, Obasanjo is still the best. Take it or leave it. So for that, they respect him. That was why during his tenure, all our debts were cleared off before he left. So that charisma, that respect he gives himself, that the ability to speak to power, truth to power, the ability to stand on his ground. That's not to say that he does not have his own area that is faulty. He has his own, but at least he showed that character, he showed charisma while he was in office. Even after office, he's always there to express his feeling. He's always there to You can see even after office, he was writing letters to both our leaders and even foreign leaders regarding his opinion. He's still writing, stating his opinion. Some leaders, they don't, once they leave office, you won't hear anything from them again.
But do you believe, Barrister, do you believe he sought for a third term in office?
It is a debate. We have that belief. There is denying it. We have that belief that he was planning to extend his tenure by amending the constitution. But I have that belief. If it's about belief, I have the belief. And and some people who are directly involved have confirmed to us that actually it happened, that they were part of the people that were approached. So I have the belief.
Okay, so but that particular debt is not enough to smear the good work he has done, isn't it? Or his symbolic value?
Like I said, it's still a debate. He didn't succeed, and and he's denying it that it didn't happen. So that it may be a dent, but it's not enough to say to erase the thing he has done. It's not enough to erase his charisma. It's not enough to erase his ability to stand and talk and speak true to the power. It's not enough to erase his ability to tell the world how he feel and what he feel about it. It's not enough to erase his ability to contribute to the economic development of the country, to even make suggestions to governments. So for me, he has done better than some of the other people after him.
Very well said, Barrister. And at 92, Baba is still kicking very strong. Just yesterday, he went to inaugurate Ibadan bus terminal, and he was really strong and kicking well at 92. And it's actually very strong.
I think it's 80 something though. It's not up to 90. Baba is not up to 90.
No, it's 90. He should be older than Soyinka. He should be older than Soyinka. About 90.
Anyway, I'm not too sure from where officially what I saw. I'm not sure about it up to 90.
All right.
Officially.
All right. So let's look at the Vanguard newspaper for a bit and equally see what we have there. And straight to the talking point, we have Wike, no officer or soldier on lawful duty will be punished. And that's coming from the defense minister. Barrister, we talked about it yesterday, and up until today, that story is still lingering. And Nigerians are really on the side of the military officer. And lots of people are beginning to really show how that they detest the person or the personality or the persona of Nyesom Wike. The defense headquarters are rallying around their officer, saying he did the right thing. So do you think that Wike at this point is beginning to lose grounds because of his overzealousness?
It's not that he's losing ground per se. At least in this particular fight, he got it wrong because he didn't follow the due process of law. He may even think he's doing the right thing, but you cannot do the right thing by taking the wrong steps. If you believe, because people are coming to say Wike is the minister of FCT and he has to fit any land. People are saying why will the soldier be guiding property? People are getting it wrong in that area. Mr. Wike is a minister of FCT, granted. Mr. Wike has the authority to control and manage property in Abuja, granted. Is there any law which empowers Mr. Wike to enter anybody's land without authority? Even though if he believes that those people are there illegally, there are processes and procedures under our law. So you cannot enforce illegality by way of illegality. If a proper step have been taken, procedure and processes have been taken, this issue will not be there. And for those who say the soldiers, why is a soldier, is that their responsibility? They've forgotten that, look, a senior officer of that nature, the man who was alleged to own the property, the former chief of naval staff, upon retirement, is entitled to details, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 10, that they will be with him. So if you assign them to say, go and take the other assignment I'm giving you, is that illegal? Are they not working for him? Is that property not his own? What are they guiding? Are they not guiding him and his property? Because I'm not aware there's a war in his compound for them to say you must have a detail that will be following you. Those details, what's their job? Because people say, well, are they not supposed to be fighting war? Yes, if you have allowed that system, where people will be assigned details after their retirement. Even Mr. Wike, he has police and whatever that's following him up and down. Why are they not doing their duty of going to the police? Why are they not going to doing their civil responsibility protection? Why are they following the minister up and down? Are they doing illegality? So for me, what you see yesterday was impunity. What happened between Mr. Wike and that, it was because of impunity, lack of respect for rule of law, lack of respect for due process. They desire to just do things at your own way. That's what you see. If the due process have been followed, that disgrace or embarrassment would not have happened. Because I respect that young military officer. He stood his ground respectively. He did not even do anything that is immoral. He did not even abuse. He did not join the minister in the foul language. How can a minister of federal government be abusing people in public? How can you even be engaging in confrontation in the public? So those are the issues. If I talk about the law is not on the side of the minister. If I talk about the law, because I know people who are reading the law to say the minister has the right to enter any land, they are not looking at it in detail. Did the laws give the minister the power to enter any land at his own way? Are there no procedure and processes when the minister discovered that, look, somebody is occupying land illegally? Are there no steps that are enacted by law that should be followed? Is there anywhere in the law that where it was stated that the minister must go there or send his boy there to go and harass that person? Is there anywhere in the law? There are procedures, but because we don't follow procedure, I know that the minister has no power to enter anybody's house. If you want to enter forcefully, he must obtain court order. And if he now has a court order and that man is blocking him, I would say the man is blocking, is preventing justice. As it is, there was no injustice. The man is not preventing any minister from doing his job. The minister did not do the right thing. Therefore, the man is entitled to block him, because the man is doing his job of protecting his property, his gas property and life. So for me, let's learn to obey the rule of law, and then do the right thing. So it may not be but after all, but what I see is that it has now exposed the fact that, look, when you have a stronger desire to what's it called, to defend illegality, you will be able to get results. But how many people have the opportunity to gather soldiers to guard their property? I'm told that in the Worosoki, where the government destroyed the property in the middle of the night, that's another illegality. I'm not aware of any law which gives anybody the power to go to work in the middle of the night. They destroyed property. There's a particular property that's standing where those others were destroyed. What I was told was that property is owned by a military officer and is being guarded by military officers. And they threatened to fight if they want to try anything like that. And that was why it's still standing. So if people now realize that, look, if some people want to do illegality, if you can also do illegality, we are using illegality to fight illegality, which is not proper. And the government start it. They always start it. The government always start it. They encourage individuals or citizens to go against the law, because the people would not give a sample of what the government has done without obtaining a court order, without following the due process, and they want to follow that through at that line. So the minister should learn to do things in line with due process of law. In that regard, it will be safe of so many embarrassments. And the way that the man is everything is about higher power in this country. Do you know who I am? I'm the minister of FCC, and I can do anything I can do and undo. If thank God that man was a military man. If not, if he's an ordinary man like a citizen of Nigeria, maybe the guy would have been in the hospital now, or if he's not there.
Very true, Barrister. It's actually so funny how that Nyesom Wike suddenly realized that people should respect the rule of law while he disobeys court orders every now and then.
That prevented the DSS or is it police from arresting somebody that's been alleged of an offense while he was a governor of River State. Somebody that would say to hell with a court order, pardon my language. When another serve on him to say stop this, you say what order? What court order? he will not respect it. But now he now realize that there are laws, and he'll be talking about as if he's doing things in line with the law, talking about people who are doing a thing. We must do things the right way. And he's not doing the right things the right way. That is the problem I have.
And unfortunately, there's no one to caution him. Actually, he seems to be above the law right now. It's only Bola Ahmed Tinubu that can calm him down, and I don't think the president has that time to want to calm him down. Unfortunately,
it's not the only minister. It's not the minister that it's not the only him that is above the law. Anybody in Nigeria that is in the position of authority see themselves as above the law. Even those who are closer to those in authority, who are not even in authority themselves, they see themselves as above the law. It's unfortunate. For the Obasanjo age that we're talking about, I've confirmed it's 88.
88. Okay. 88. All right. That's a very good one. Thank you so very much, Barrister. Just before we let you leave on this particular segment, in 60 seconds, if you may, Barrister, let's go to football for a bit. 2026 FIFA World Cup playoff. Super Eagles under pressure on the third. Barrister, do you think we would ever make it to the United States, Canada, and Mexico next year?
It is my wish. It is my wish that we'll make it there. As a patriotic citizen, it's my wish, and as a lover of sports.
But with what you see, with what you see, does it look like we might scale through all the playoffs and possibly qualify?
What did I see? Is Congo above us? Is Cameroon above us? Is what's it called? Gabon? Are we supposed to play? It's a game of 50-50. But what I see, we have the quality. We are determined to win.
We are very determined to win, Barrister. But why is it that when it comes to Nigeria, it's always permutation? It's always we praying that these people will lose and will move. This other person will play draw. Like, God belongs to everybody, and the universe is everybody's thing. So why can't we get our acts right and qualify immediately, like South Africa has done, like Ghana has done always playing a permutation and hoping that people will lose so that we'll win and all that?
Because in every competition, everybody will not win. Only one person will win, no matter how good you are, no matter what you have done. So it's not only us that's permutating. Cameroon, so they are also using calculator. Gabon, they will also use calculator. It's not only us, so many. Even South Africa, before they qualify, they use calculator. So it's not about us. It's not about us alone. It's everywhere. So when you find yourself in that category, in that situation, you also have to look at how to qualify. We look at it as if once we are in a competition, we must win. Although people are saying so because we are in a group which seem to look seemingly so not competitive. But football has gone past that level. We now have people everywhere who played everywhere. Everybody can have. There is no minor are no longer many in the world football today. So for me, I'm not in that class of people who say expect that whenever we are playing any game, we must win, and if we don't win, we are gone. We are not serious. Are those other people coming? Are they coming to say that they are not today? Are the other people who did not qualify? See, Benin Republic now, despite all the things they did, last minute they lost. So it's a competition. Anybody can win.
Very well. Everybody can win, but we hope that we'll get to that position where it will always be easy for us to win, so that lots of people would not be put in that pressure. High blood pressure is real, and lots of Nigerians who are watching this football are equally inflicted with that, and we wouldn't want anything to go bad while Nigerians are watching their team. Barrister would be here to take us on our main conversation when we return. English returns as official language of teaching in Nigerian schools. That in a bit, still Enterprise Morning. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.